Montana is done. How did we feel about Montana?
How do we feel?
It was good. I like the hotel.
You like the hotel?
It was good.
I like the elevator.
The elevator and the hotel were the best parts of all
Jared's
of Montana.
highlight is the elevator in the hotel. We are headed off to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho right now, and then we will end our day in Washington. Day 4 had a lot of driving, so we had to leave our spirit animal of a place, Glacier National Park, and head towards Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And the drive out of Glacier was absolutely gorgeous. There was Flathead Lake.
That was a big one.
And it was pretty.
It was beautiful.
And the name makes me chuckle because if I had a nickel for every time someone called me Flathead,
You'd have a dime.
and then we've never been to Coeur d'Alene, so we pulled into Coeur d'Alene and it is beautiful there too. I think we've been really spoiled on the first part of this trip with some of the most pretty scenery in the world.
We drove in, the town was cute, went to a park.
We went to Fort Sherman Park, and
Yep.
from there, Caitlin is a fitness instructor, and she loves her fitness classes. So she signed up for a bar class with her mom. Tell us about that class.
We signed up for the class, called, made sure we could get in. Person on the phone was super, super nice, easy to book with. Desk person was awesome. She was even nice enough to, instead of making both my mom and I buy 2 separate things, she let us get a little discount to buy one and then share it. And anyway, she was super awesome. We didn't really get much of a greeting from the instructor, which was disappointing because as an instructor, you're supposed to greet your students and make them feel welcome and let them know what they're supposed to get for equipment and let them know you're excited for them, ask them about injuries, all this stuff. And we didn't get any of that. And so I don't know how to say this. I was not disappointed, but I was
Left wanting.
left wanting because I do feel like that connection is super important from an instructor to the client. And I don't think I would have been as bothered if it wasn't for the fact that my mom was with me. And I felt like my mom deserved more attention and more, I don't know, just to let her feel welcome. She was going for me and I was going because I wanted to work out. She wasn't in her necessarily, that wasn't the place my mom wanted to spend the next hour, but she did it for me. So I would have wanted my mom to have felt more welcome. So anyway, the workout was a bar class.
You're super serious about workouts, and so maybe
I like bar. I like the movement in bar, but
Caitlin wanted to go run a half marathon.
I wanted
after.
to go run a little bit after or break a sweat a little bit more. So, but if you are looking for a moderate intensity exercise, it's really good on your joints. It's low intensity.
While you were doing that, Ray and I were tackling the kids on the Fort Sherman playground, which is a super cool playground. It's kind of all wood. It's got built out a lot of stuff. The kids thought that they were like American Ninja Warriors and going through all of those things, trying the monkey bars and the different things. So that was a bunch of fun. I recorded a Medicare video, and then there is the beach at Coeur d'Alene. So we spent, once you got back, I think we spent quite a bit of time at the beach, playing around, sand. There were the, I don't know what it's called. They hook like a parachute onto you, and then you're hooked to a boat, and then the boat takes off.
Is it parasailing?
Parasailing?
Maybe.
Is that what it is?
I think that's what it is.
I don't know. I don't get out much. That was fun for all of us to see. There were planes taking off and landing on the lake. So Coeur d'Alene was a lot of fun. In the summer, at least at this time of year, I thought it was pretty. I could live there. That was a very nice,
was really pretty.
very nice place. But we had to move along because our stop was not in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
it was not.
We were headed on to Washington. Spokane. And we were starving Marvin, so we stopped in at the Rusty Moose.
We did.
What did you think of the Rusty Moose?
I
Because we
loved-
got a review from your parents. What did you think?
I loved the Rusty Moose. We were hungry, famished. I feel like every time we stop at a restaurant, we were to the point of starvation. It was great. Service was awesome. Food was great. It's everything you'd want a restaurant to be.
I feel like everybody liked their food, which is something that was the kids liked theirs, we liked ours, Ray and Linda liked theirs. That was really yummy. Ray had an issue with sidewalks, which
He got it. He was ripping them a new one.
A little bit worn down on the outside. Parking lot was a little bit crumbly. Sidewalks a little bit busted up. So outside-wise, you're not sure what you're walking into.
the new thing you need to understand too is that when we showed up, it was probably like 2 or 3 o'clock, right? So it's not lunchtime, it's not dinner time, it's kind of the downtime, so the parking lot's empty. There's nothing
It was
wrong
just
with
on,
the
I
sidewalk.
think it was just the location. It was kind of on a corner, just kind of like right there.
Yeah,
So he was just like, oh, this is it? And
so we docked at a point
so
for the sidewalk and parking lot. But if you're going to a restaurant for its
It
sidewalk
was
and parking
just
lot,
fine.
then I think you're probably looking at a food truck. Anyway, the Rusty Moose was
it was great.
fantastic.
Yeah.
We moved on from there. Just outside of Spokane, there was a wildfire that got everybody excited. That's sad if anybody was affected by that. It was in the middle of nowhere, though. So Ray, before this trip, kind of outlined this first 2 weeks, and he picked Lake Moses, and he was very passionate about stopping in
He really
At
wanted Lake Moses.
Lake Moses, Washington. We didn't know
As passionate about Lake Moses as he was about the sidewalks.
about sidewalks. He
Yeah.
just really wanted to stay in Lake Moses. ET Family Travel has been absolutely amazing, so we kind of gave them, here's where we would like to stay, and then they found, in terms of cities, and then they would find nice places for us. When we submitted the Lake Moses as the destination, it was kind of one of those like, really? Nothing against Lake Moses. It was just of where we were going, that was an interesting spot to stay. So we pull into Lake Moses, and granted, we pulled in and we are just off the freeway here. So Lake Moses was a little bit underwhelming from the freeway perspective.
As most places
As
are.
most places are. It turns out there's more to Lake Moses than what is just by the freeway. But we pull into the Holiday Inn Express, and it was a welcome spot for us to stay. It was very clean, and the kids just wanted to jump into a pool. It is
It's a
hot.
heat wave.
It is a heat wave. That's why the wildfires.
It is currently very hot.
It was 105 degrees, so jumping in the pool felt amazing, and the kids gave this pool a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Cleanliness was a 2 out of a 3.
Okay.
It was clean. I mean, I wouldn't say it was spotless. I wouldn't want to lick the ground at any pool, but
It's definitely not this one.
not this one. And it didn't have a hot tub. It didn't have really any extra amenities, but the temperature was great.
It was a big thing
It
of
was
water.
a big
The kids
size pool.
jumped in it.
Had a lot of fun. And it had an exercise room for you. Tell us about your exercise.
I ran. I ran on a treadmill
Because your bar class just
because
didn't-
I wanted to break a sweat.
Yeah.
In the 105 degree heat wasn't sweaty enough. So
And there are 7 of us packed into a room. We are outside right now, so things can get congested. But,
yes,
uh,
it's a lot of luggage in one hotel room.
so we're excited to drive through Lake Moses, not by the freeway and by the actual city
See what
itself
it's got.
and the lake, because we haven't seen the lake yet. But
I'm assuming there's a lake.
well, maybe it's a big trick on everybody. That's it for day 4. We will see you in the next one. Cheers.
Okay.